Have you ever felt paralyzed by intense emotions in situations that would seem trivial to others? Or perhaps you overreact when you feel left out or criticized, even if the situation isn't that serious. These are manifestations of complexes that may be at work, influencing how you see yourself and the world around you. Understanding these complexes and recognizing their roots and impacts can be the first step towards transforming the way you live and relate to others. You'll understand why you react the way you do in certain situations. You'll know how to manage your emotions, which will lead to more rewarding connections with other people. You'll overcome limiting beliefs and reach your full potential. We're going to shed more light on these concepts, helping you to identify and begin to overcome these complexes. Stay with us to find out how. Complexes are fascinating because they reveal hidden aspects of our psyche, directly influencing our well-being and happiness. Carl Gustav Jung, psychiatrist and founder of analytical psychology, developed an innovative method for identifying and understanding these complexes, thus revolutionizing psychology and psychotherapy. But after all, do you know what a complex is and how it influences your emotions and personal relationships? They are highly charged sets of thoughts, emotions, and memories that are organized around a central theme, often derived from traumatic or significant experiences, such as a disturbing childhood event or an unresolved issue that has left deep scars. A complex can trigger intense and disproportionate emotional reactions, which seem exaggerated because they don't just respond to the current situation, but to a set of similar experiences accumulated throughout life. Complexes such as abandonment and inferiority are particularly common. The abandonment complex, for example, can make you interpret any inattention as a personal rejection, reliving the emotional pain of being left behind or neglected in childhood. The inferiority complex, on the other hand, can lead you to constantly feel less than others, reacting defensively or resignedly to criticism and challenges, often seeing yourself as inadequate regardless of your true capabilities or achievements. When a complex is activated, it brings up memories, desires, fears, needs, and introspections that interfere in our lives in a disturbing way. Jung believed that complexes play a crucial role in shaping personality and influencing our behavior and interactions. Through the complexes, you know the content that is in the unconscious. The complex way you react helps identify your complexes. According to Jung, if you don't bring out any complexes, you're not getting to know yourself. To shed more light on the nature of psychological complexes and how they influence a person's reactions and emotions, let's consider some practical examples. Abandonment complex. Imagine a person who was left by their parents at a very young age, or a person who has experienced emotional neglect from their parents. These traumatic events can lead to the development of an abandonment complex. As an adult, this person can experience intense anxiety in romantic relationships, fearing that their partner will leave them without warning. Even a simple delay by their partner in replying to a message can trigger a disproportionate emotional reaction, such as panic or deep sadness, because they are not only reacting to the immediate situation, but also to all the times in the past when they have felt abandoned, rejected, or neglected. Inferiority complex. Consider someone who, during childhood, was often criticized by their parents and teachers. This person can develop an inferiority complex, feeling permanently inadequate. In adulthood, even a small mistake at work can provoke an intense emotional reaction, such as shame or unbridled self-loathing. The reaction seems exaggerated because it's not just a response to the mistake itself, but to a long history of criticism and feelings of inadequacy that have accumulated over the years. Guilt complex. Imagine a person who, in childhood, was inadvertently responsible for an accident that caused harm to a friend. This incident can generate a guilt complex that persists into adulthood. If this person, as an adult, is involved in a minor misunderstanding that causes inconvenience to someone, they may react with disproportionately intense guilt, feeling extremely responsible and distressed, even if objectively the situation does not justify such a level of guilt. These examples show how complexes are made up of patterns of thought, emotion, and memory that are interconnected, and how they can trigger intense emotional responses that go beyond the immediate situation. reflecting the pain and trauma accumulated throughout life. By recognizing and understanding these patterns, people can begin to work towards responding in a more balanced way to current situations, regardless of past experiences. In addition, complexes can manifest in less obvious ways, such as projection, where we attribute characteristics or emotions to others that are actually our own and unrecognized. This can happen, for example, when someone has difficulty dealing with their own anger and ends up projecting this emotion onto someone else, perceiving them as annoying or provocative. Complexes are dynamic and can evolve throughout life, just as each individual is unique and can develop different emotions and give different meanings to the same situations. It's important to clarify that complexes are not necessarily bad. In fact, they can be a source of great strength and creativity. For example, a person who has experienced loss can develop a strong sense of empathy and compassion. However, when complexes become overwhelming or negative, they can interfere with our relationships, careers, and general well-being. Jung believed that understanding and integrating complexes is fundamental to personal development and individuation, meaning that by understanding and dealing with complexes, you can achieve a state of balance and authenticity. This is essential for self-knowledge and personal development in order to overcome the patterns that can arise from them. It's like taking control of your emotions so that they can all work together in harmony. Complexes only lose their power over you when you become aware of them. When you become aware of them, you take control of your mind and your destiny. Here are some practical tips on strategies for identifying and working with complexes. Self-awareness. Pay attention to your emotions. Notice when you experience intense or overwhelming feelings. The key to understanding these complexes lies in awareness. The more you know about them, the more control you have. Reflect on your past experiences, especially those that marked you emotionally. Ask yourself about situations that trigger intense emotions such as fear, anger, sadness, or anxiety. Exaggerated reactions. Observe exaggerated emotional reactions in situations that would not justify such emotions. For example, being extremely anxious when you have to speak in public to the point of panic could be an inadequacy complex. Observing patterns. Look for recurring patterns in your behavior and emotions. Ask yourself if there are specific situations in which you react consistently. For example, if you always feel belittled or humiliated when someone criticizes or makes a remark about your work, when you repeatedly feel like a victim, often think you are being persecuted, that someone wants to harm you. These feelings can be an indication of an inferiority complex. Projection. Projection, according to Jung, is the process by which we attribute our own characteristics, emotions, or unrecognized qualities in ourselves to other people. This means that we project our own unresolved or repressed aspects onto others, accusing them of our own unresolved issues. Acceptance and integration of complexes. Instead of fighting against complexes, try to accept them with affection, as part of who you are, but in a safe situation in which the complex can be reflected on, without pain, in the light of the conscious values of the personality. They are part of your history and have shaped your personality. By accepting and integrating these aspects, you can begin to work with them rather than against them. Professional support. In some cases, it is essential to seek the help of a mental health professional, such as a psychologist, for guidance and support in understanding and overcoming deep complexes that cause suffering and a lot of difficulty when trying to analyze them. Remember that self-knowledge and freedom from complexes is a process and requires time and patience. Self-discovery is personal and unique to each individual. You can't correct them completely, but you can weaken them and learn to live with them. By following these steps, you will be on the right path to understanding and dealing with your complexes, allowing for greater harmony and balance in your life. Knowledge of complexes offers a unique opportunity for personal growth, helping to reframe harmful emotions, make more conscious decisions, and build healthier relationships. According to Carl Jung's psychology, using knowledge of complexes to improve your life is self-discovery and personal growth. This allows you to reframe harmful emotions, make more conscious decisions, and build healthier relationships. Remember, complexes are not something to be feared or avoided. They are simply a part of who we are. By recognizing them and working with them, we can transform them from sources of suffering into catalysts for growth and healing. So the next time you find yourself reacting in an unexpected or intense way, take a moment to reflect. Is there a complex at play? If so, how can you approach it with compassion? Now that you're more familiar with the concept of complexes and how they might be acting in your life, we'd like to invite you to participate more actively. In the comments below, share which complexes you can identify in your own life. Have you observed patterns that could be indicative of an abandonment or inferiority complex? Or perhaps another type of complex that influences your reactions and relationships? Writing about these experiences can not only help you better understand your own behaviors, but can also offer valuable insights to other viewers who are going through similar struggles. What's more, by sharing your stories, you contribute to a community of support and understanding, where we can all learn and grow together. Don't forget to leave your comment and, if you feel comfortable, share this video with someone who could also benefit from this discussion. Let's together unravel the mysteries of our own psyches and seek a more balanced and happier path. See you in the next video.